so let's chat for a second about what's going on with my business as of, you know, the past few weeks. So let's talk about the virtual assistant. I never really officially announced it because I wasn't quite sure where it was going, but I did have a virtual assistant for a few weeks, probably about 3 weeks. I decided to hire a virtual assistant, so I went through the process, interviewed them, you know, picked my candidate, and then so she started working for me. And before I go on with the story, she no longer works with me, and it's not her fault at all. She was a great worker and illustrator, but I feel like it was 100% my fault for not being prepared to take somebody on. So let me explain what that's about. So I hired her without really that much of a plan of exactly what she was going to do every day. Sorry, my phone. So I had projects for her, but I didn't really have like a whole training process. I didn't have like a schedule. I kind of had some organization using the tool like Asana, so we could kind of transfer projects back and forth. If you notice, there was a couple videos on my channel that had different editing. That was her editing. She did a great job. Like, the editing was really good. She was editing some things for the course, but I feel like I should have been better training her, like giving her an actual vision of where the business was going. So no fault of hers at all, but probably she had other clients who were more organized or something like that. So so before, I was only taking wholesale for people who kind of just so happened to ask, but I think the next step in my shop is to try to like open up wholesale more, advertise that I do wholesale. So I really need to figure out a better way of the hiring process, how to hire like a new virtual assistant, and how to get them through the process without making them feel like lost. So now I'm kind of trying to think of ways to better like equip a virtual assistant. It'd be better just to have like a whole system, how you clock in. Maybe I can have them do a weekly order, so maybe they can log into my Crafty Base account, print off what I used for the week, and then they can go in and order everything from Candle Science or whatever. It's a lot, and I feel like it's something that's needed for me to progress in my business. So anyways, I'm done rambling. That's what's going on. Alright, so today is Saturday and I'm going to be doing my Etsy presentation at around 5 p.m. so in about 5 hours. And I put together all the information yesterday, and so I'm going to go ahead and kind of tidy up a bit and then test my tech, because that is like the most nerve-wracking thing of doing online presentations is all the tech that goes into it. So I'm going to need 2 screens, and then making sure my mic works, making sure everything's hooked up, making sure I know how to switch around and present and show the notes and whatever. So I'm going to do a little test run. And another thing is, I know in the last vlog I told you guys I was going to return the monitor, but I didn't because it is so useful and it's easier on my eyes, especially when editing videos. I don't have to squint and I can actually see kind of the quality of the video a little bit better. So I decided to keep it, and it's a really good solution. Instead of buying a whole new computer, I just hooked up my MacBook. So this is my MacBook, and this thing is from 2014, but it's still running so good, and I don't feel the need to get another computer. So it's actually on just a little dot, like a little stand. And then I have extra USB here, and I'm gonna work on cord management because that looks a hot mess. So my hard drive, my Mac, and then it's all hooked up to the monitor and then the keyboard. And I also got a new mouse because, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and post a couple things to Instagram and then start tidying up, and then we'll go ahead and start doing our test session. Kind of figured out the setup for the live. So we're gonna do, I have everything hooked up. I decided to put my laptop here because I didn't want it to fall off of this. This is probably less likely to fall than my laptop. So I needed 2 monitors because I need to see the presentation and then see my notes and then see the chat. So I have all of that set up, everything's hooked up, and then got the camera. So this is the webcam that I use. This monitor doesn't have a webcam, and you can actually hear me. I'm actually doing a test live right now, so no one can see it though, it's unlisted. And then so this is the Logitech webcam, because this doesn't have a webcam and this webcam sucks. So then we have everything hooked up here, keyboard, mouse, and then you see guys, going live takes a lot of tech. There's a lot to figure out, and when you go live on YouTube, you can't just, the program is actually not on YouTube. You have to have a third-party program to stream to YouTube. So I'm using OBS, and then once I start streaming here, then I can stream on YouTube. So they make it really complicated to go live. But I'm testing everything out. I think I'm going to do another little test just to make sure the mic works, but other than that, I kind of have the whole setup put together. So I think this is going to be my setup for today. There I am. Okay, so it's currently 10 p.m. and a few hours ago I posted a job listing for the virtual assistant, and I've been getting some applications already, which is cool. I've seen a couple that look really good so far. So what I was thinking is that maybe I need to hire people who are more specialized in certain areas. So instead of maybe hiring just one full-time person, I can hire someone who's actually more dedicated to admin, someone who's familiar with like email and more comfortable admin, and then have a specialized person doing video and graphics, and then we can kind of collaborate as a team. I think that would be better. So I think eventually I do want to get at least 2 VAs within the near future. And then yeah, so the first person I want to hire is just the actual admin person, and then once I have those things in place, it will really help me start ramping up for the actual products. It's so hard for me to get new products out nowadays, so I really need to fix that. See if we have anyone hired anytime soon. So today's Monday and there's a lot going on today. I just got back from picking up some supplies from my supplier. My phone is going off a lot because last night I actually started posting positions for the virtual assistant, and I have about 60 applications to go through right now. Sometime today I'm gonna have to start scheduling these people for Skype interviews, choosing who I'm gonna schedule. So I have to go through all the applications and look through those. And on top of that, this morning I got a phone call from a delivery shipment place, and I ordered 1,000 boxes from my box company that I use, because the boxes I ordered 150 boxes, and I wasn't sure if I was going to like them, so I ordered a smaller quantity just so that I wouldn't be stuck with a bunch of boxes I didn't like. So I like the boxes, but when I order 150 for this custom size and all of the printing, it's $4 a box, and that's really expensive. But I decided it was okay in the beginning so that I could kind of test. So I like them, the customers like them, they work well. I think they're gonna do really great for Amazon. So I went ahead and ordered 1,000 so that I can cut that price down to about $2 a box. And they had to ship it on a pallet through a freight company, and they called me this morning and they're like, do you think an 18-wheeler can fit on your street? And I was like, sure. But in reality, I called them back because I really didn't think an 18-wheeler could fit on my street. So I was able to work something out to where they're gonna send it to me in a smaller truck, which is amazing. So that shipment's coming tomorrow. So there's a lot to do, got to go through that, and I also have to pack orders. So you guys can see that it's very busy. It's getting really busy. I have a podcast episode that is going to air tomorrow, so very busy. And I definitely am in need of this virtual assistant, so I'm hoping that I can start scheduling interviews soon, because I really need to be on top of the fall winter season. And if I am stuck on this computer, I cannot make the products that I really need to make for the fall and winter season. So definitely looking to hire that VA very soon. Good morning, everybody. So today I got a call this morning from the freight company who is going to be dropping off the boxes, the 1,000 boxes that I ordered, and the lady was supposed to change it to a smaller truck. Apparently she didn't, but shout out to the driver, because he actually researched his route and saw that my street was too narrow to fit an 18-wheeler. He called me this morning, so he went ahead and took care of the shipment and got it off of his truck before he started the day, which that's actually amazing service that he did that. So I am waiting on the pallet. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to bring it in the house. I'll probably have to disassemble the pallet outside and then bring the individual boxes in. Another thing is, last night I was looking through all the job applications, and I saw a couple that I really liked, so I was saving them as I went. And then I decided to schedule an interview with this guy to see if he wanted, you know, to see what he was about. So his application really stood out to me because he says, let me see what he said here. He wasn't like, you know how when you apply for a job and you're really like, I don't know, like the wording you use, and it's a little bit like uptight, you know, you got to be professional, and you know what I mean. You guys get what I mean, right? So he says, I saw your job proposal and I'd like to apply. Here's my paragraph, because I told them to write a paragraph, and I gave them 2 tasks to complete. And did he do them? Yeah, he did both of the tasks. And then he said, he said, I went to your website. The first thing that catches my attention is the candle details. How did you make those? Maybe some Chemical X? So I thought it was really funny. He threw in a Powerpuff Girls reference. Like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, let's get this man an interview. But he's like, anyways, and he even put ha 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 ha. Anyways, I want to be a virtual assistant. I know how Asana works, which is one of the programs I told him I use. So I'm gonna interview him, see how that goes tomorrow, and then I'll look at some other people and possibly schedule some more interviews in. But that's the first interview I have scheduled for the tomorrow. So anyways, I'm gonna hop off here and keep you guys updated. Today is Thursday, and a couple things. So I emailed after the interviews last night. I really thought about it, and then I emailed one of the virtual assistants. So I decided going with the first guy. He seemed a little laid back, and there were some things that I liked during the interview about him that I think will do well with the job. So I went ahead and emailed him earlier today, and last night I stayed up setting up systems. I'm so happy with how everything's coming together, because now we have like clock-in systems, we have, you know, all these different things for him to streamline the business a little more, and it seems a little bit more organized than the first time around. A lot more organized now that I have an idea of, you know, what they should be doing. So he just emailed me back, and he has said, I'm so glad for the opportunity. Now I can start making candles. I mean, being your virtual assistant. So he has some jokes on him. He's kind of fun. That's awesome. So the other day, the whole situation with the pallet of boxes, that settled the other day. We got the boxes, the pallet, everything is in the garage. And also my face is going through it, you guys. I started a new Korean beauty routine, so the 10-step skincare routine, and my face is actually purging, so I have more acne than I did before. So bear with me while my face goes through this transition of adjusting to all these new products. But anywho, let's go ahead and start getting the studio ready with the boxes, putting the boxes in there, and I have orders to pack, so it's gonna be eventful. So here's 1,000 boxes in my dirty garage. I can't keep the boxes here because it's dusty and I don't want them to get wet. So we're gonna figure out where to put 1,000 boxes somewhere inside the house. Okay, so we finally got all of the boxes into the house. We just disassembled the pallet, brought everything in, and stacked them nicely right above my candle making table. So that worked out in the end, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog. I have a ton of footage, but this is already getting really long. So thank you guys for watching this vlog, and I'm really excited to start ramping up for candle season. So I will be documenting that in the next few vlogs. Bye!